I'm saying if we're established that we text, like that's what we doing, and then like we text them for 2-3 days back and forth. But I'm always the initiator. I always got to start this little fire. All the time, I got to throw the match into that to get the fire started. I'm gonna give you a day to see if you can start a fire. I understand what you're saying, Miss Kyra. You're not an initiator, but you gonna get on this bus, baby. You gonna get on this.
I think my baby hot. Don't speak to any moment. Product of her environment. Shout out to global woman.
What's going on, everybody out there in TV land, on YouTube and on Facebook Live? We come to you tonight to interrupt your regular scheduled program. Hey, y'all, we got a hot topic tonight. The mic is hot. The phone lines are ready. We about to get into this thing. But first and foremost, like I say every week, hey, Facebook, do me a huge favor. It's a link right there in the comment section. Click the link. Come check us out live on YouTube. All right? Come on over right now. Come on. Hey, YouTube, do me a big favor. Watch the screen. Click the like button. It's right there. It's the thumbs up button. Click the like button and then scroll on over and click the subscribe button. And don't forget to share these messages. All right? Like the thumbs up, then click the subscribe button and share these messages. Also, we got a new thing we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing giveaways. So we're gonna go into the chat. Every time we find somebody in the chat that's a subscriber, and when we get to 200 subscribers in a milestone, we're gonna give away a prize, y'all. Yep. Once we hit 200 subscribers, we're going to go into the chat and give away a gift. But you have to be a subscriber to get this gift. So when we get to 200, 400, so on and so forth, we're going to give away a gift. So go tell your mother, your cousins, your uncles, your aunties, tell everybody right now to subscribe. All right? All right. Thank y'all. Next, I pinned my Stop Play'n Apparel link on Facebook and in the YouTube chat section. Hey, y'all, like I say every week, support starts at home, all right? I need you guys, come on, support me, click the link, check me out. I appreciate that. And last but not least, if you like to donate and you like what we're doing, there's a QR code on the screen. All monetary gifts. We appreciate your gifts. We're thanking you in advance for your gifts. And I know you might be on your cellular phone and you cannot scan the QR code. So we do have a cash tag you can use. The cash tag is $Nutz, Nutz, Boltz, Boltz 1. Again, $Nutz, Boltz 1. With that being said, welcome to Nuts and Bolts of Life. My name is Evan Chapman. I'm from South Carolina, and I'm the CEO of Stop Play'n Apparel.
I'm Sheena Nicole from Chicago.
I'm Obi from North Carolina.
And I'm Kyra from California. Welcome to today's show.
And I'm Angel from North Carolina.
All right. We got Kyra, Sheena, and Angel. But guess what, y'all? We got some guests tonight. Our first guest, today is her birthday, y'all. Today is her birthday. So I want to introduce Yvonne. Yvonne, say something to the people. I think you might be mute. I'm sorry. Say something to the people. Let's hear you.
Hello, everybody. Hello, beauties. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Welcome. Next. We got Yvonne is from Georgia. She resides in Georgia right now, but she's from Chicago, but she resides in Georgia right now. Next, we got Lavette.
Hi.
What's going on, Lavette? Livette is from Chicago, Illinois. Welcome, Livette, to the show. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, are y'all ready for the night?
We stay ready.
Yeah.
You ready?
Y'all looking a little shade, a little nervous.
Mm-hmm. Look at Livette. She's sitting there real nervous.
Not at all.
Hey, okay, so we gonna kick the show off a little different today. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some fun, y'all. So we're gonna start because this show is gonna be a viral show. We about to talk about some stuff right now that might make this a viral moment. Y'all ready, ladies? Y'all ready?
Always.
Yeah.
All right, check this out. So, Obi, what is tonight's topic?
Tonight's topic is red flags when you're dating, part 2. Part 2. So we're hearing from the ladies.
Red flags, part 2. Obi, what you think about this? What you think the ladies gonna say, Obi?
I don't think they're ready for part 2. I don't think they're ready for it. It's too much nervous energy. Look at the screen. It's too much nervous energy. Everybody moving around like they nervous. Look at Livette. Look at her. Come on now. No.
No.
I'm fine. I'm not nervous at all.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a chance though. We'll give him a chance, bro.
All right, so we're gonna start off something real fun to kick it off. All right. So we're talking about red flags tonight. I want to know, is this a red flag for you ladies? Oh, yeah.
Yes. The biggest red flag.
One tonight, y'all.
Yes.
100%. 100,000%.
Now,
Definitely.
is Mr. Combs a red flag? Has he always been a red flag, or he just a red flag now that he's in the news?
I believe he's been a red flag.
I agree.
I agree. The whole walk-in to get the cheesecake.
Right?
No, when J-Lo moved around real quick, she took her white fur and moved. Y'all ain't heard her say P. Diddy nothing.
Okay, Livette, what you think? Has P. Diddy always been a red flag, or just a red flag now?
No, he's always been a red flag.
Cap.
Why?
Because how he acts towards women.
You want to elaborate on that?
Well, I mean, a lot of things have been coming out, but none of the women that he's been seem happy. I can't even remember a picture where they actually smiling with him. It seems like he is a control freak. And I watched a lot of his shows, and he is very controlling. So,
and the zebra doesn't change its stripes. So if you're a red flag today, you were a red flag 20 years ago, you were probably a red flag in elementary school. Absolutely. When the foundations of your being were cultivated and put together.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So y'all can honestly sit here and tell me and Ed that Diddy has been a red flag forever.
There's different things within people that stay consistent. And when you don't have a good heart, or when you're not after the right thing, it's apparent, especially to those that are near and dear to you.
So in 2000, you're saying Puffy, Combs, Love, Diddy, he was a red flag. In 2000.
He's on absolutely. That's a red flag in itself. You don't know what person he wants to be.
Okay, so none of y'all would have dated him. None of y'all would have given him a chance.
No.
Back in 2000.
He around there saying, take that.
Right, like take what?
Take what? What are we talking about?
Cap.
So when Puff Daddy and Mace was doing their thing, y'all didn't like Puff Daddy?
No.
I'm gonna say
that. No
I'm
way.
gonna say that being an artist, being a good artist, or being good at what you do, and having different personality issues are two different things. There's several people that we can name that are phenomenal artists, and several of them have records and different things that have been brought to light and stuff that's come out of the closet and out of the attic. And where are they at now?
Hey, Sheena Nicole, see you hit your hand up. What you wanted to say?
No, I was just gonna say the perfect example is R. Kelly, because his music is his music is phenomenal. But where is he at right now? Because of
no.
Yeah, he on his way there. I mean, y'all heard about
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let Sheena get it out. Go ahead, Sheena. Go ahead.
I'm still sticking to it. He's still a prime example because, like I said, his music is bomb. He's an awesome artist, but as a person, he's effed up in here.
You talking about R. Kelly? You talking about
Yeah,
Puff
I'm
Daddy?
talking about R. Kelly.
Angel, what you got? I see you shaking your head up there, Angel.
I agree with both of them. And I think that people forget they still just regular people. They just got a talent and got, but you still regular. Like crazy, it don't matter how much money you got. Crazy is crazy. Don't matter who you are. Unstable is unstable. Red flags are red flags.
Okay. I want to move on to another one more fun. I got one more funny for y'all. Is this a red flag?
Yvonne had something to say for the last one.
Go ahead, Yvonne. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say, but for real, they mad at him. It's like the parents allowed him to show his creep too for R. Kelly. If we want to really be real, that means the parents are creeps too. So why ain't nobody lock none of them up? Because nobody said nothing till the money stopped coming.
So are you saying, wait a minute, hold on. We're going to get to the next pitch in a second. Are you saying R. Kelly should not be locked up?
No. I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. I'm just a little bit of devil's advocate. I'm just saying. If you want to be honest, if we're going to call a clown, make sure you at the right circus. Everybody should have been there.
All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate real quick.
Let's go.
Follow me. Everybody besides me and Ed on this stage right now is in love with Morris Chestnut.
You don't know who we're in love with.
No.
Okay, everybody on this stage likes Denzel. You like somebody in the industry. Don't say you don't. And anybody that shakes their head no, I call cap. So if that person that you likes happens to be involved in something 10 years from now, you mean to tell me 10 years from now you're going to say, I knew it, I ain't never liked him? Nah, that's cap. No way. Ain't no way.
That's not what we're saying. Well, I'll say that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that people have different tendencies, and whether everyone in the world knew it or those that were close to it from P. Diddy, those things have been with him this whole time. So that hasn't changed. That's what I'm saying.
I just don't believe all of y'all are saying the same thing. None of y'all like P. Diddy back in the day. I don't believe that.
Okay. He didn't do thank you for your disbelief.
He was a shadow. And then
Cap. Okay, cap.
He was a shadow.
I call cap.
He put his glasses back on, y'all. It's time to move forward. He put his glasses back on and took a sip.
We gonna move on to the next picture, but Obi, you know, I know, people in the chat know that's cap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Move on. So this guy a red flag. Let me I want y'all to get the whole picture. See the outfit, you see the shoes, got the polo shirt on, creased jeans, and some New Balance on.
He clean to me.
Right.
I agree.
He fresh.
Come on, Kyra and Angel. Kyra and Angel.
He a red flag just from looking at him.
I'm talking about.
I mean, if he had a tattoo across his chest that said "devil worshiper," then yes, that would be a red flag. But
he looked like he took a bath.
So the reason I asked without a red flag, I'm talking about his outfits. Mm-hmm. So when a man dress, when a man first approach you, is his outfit could be a red flag by how he dressed. You know, he could have what that man had on. He could have what Puff Daddy had on, a suit, or what I got on, or what Obi got on. Would the outfit be a red flag for you? And then when he first approached you guys,
not for me personally.
Not for me, really.
I wouldn't necessarily say the outfit. I usually look at the shoes.
I don't even look at the shoes because you might be coming from work. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's the New Balance a red flag then?
No, not at all. I'm talking about like torn up, dirty shoes.
But if he work in the warehouse, he got on torn up, dirty shoes.
That's true. So that opens up a conversation. Oh, you work in construction? Is awesome.
And I'm not a materialistic person like some other people on this show in the middle with microphones and glasses. And so you don't have to have $200 Jordans or a Louis Vuitton belt or different things like that for me, because you can have all these nice things externally and you don't have a good heart. So
Angel, she was looking kind of like she thought that might have been a red flag about outfits. Not his particular, but
No,
you know.
I don't think it's red flags. I just think you have to think about the whole package. It depends, because I've met those who dress super conservative that were really dope people. And then I've met those who come out the house looking like they 10,000 deep and they don't have anything to go behind that Balenciaga shirt or that whatever. So it just depends on, it's a whole package thing for me.
All right, so we're gonna get into some more. We're gonna get some more stuff now. I just wanted to have a little fun with those two real fast. Just want to have a little fun. So I'm gonna go with the first question to the ladies. What are your? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyra.
Sorry, I just wanted to interject real quick. We want y'all to call in. The ladies want to hear from you. The phone number is 704-891-9560. Make sure and hit us on the phone, because in addition to the comments, we want to hear from you. We need you to have our backs, ladies or gentlemen, whatever it is.
I don't think ladies gonna have y'all back tonight. They scared. They scared. Hey, ladies. So it's a lot. Let's talk about this for a second, Obi. It's a lot of ladies be in the chat and they don't want to call in and talk.
Yes.
So Kyra calling y'all out tonight. Let's who gonna call in and talk tonight. The call-in number. The call-in number is right on the screen, y'all. Call in right now. 704-891-9560. Y'all be scared to call in and talk to us. Come on, ladies. Call on in tonight. All right.
Yeah, I guarantee you we'll have a male caller before we have a female caller.
Ladies, I'm shut him down and prove him wrong.
Please.
We didn't.
Hey, it's gonna get rowdy tonight. Hey, y'all, let's get to the first question. So, ladies, I want each one of you guys can name me 2 red flags. Can y'all name me 2 red flags?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The one I feel would be you're out on a date and his phone is face down. That's one. You must do that. That's why your face like that.
Absolutely not. You can look at my phone all day long. If you find something you don't like, that's on you, baby. Don't look. Okay, what's the number 2?
The number 2 is if he doesn't really want you to know about his family. He doesn't want you to get to know anybody outside of him.
Can you talk or can you speak a little bit up? Sorry,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so another red flag would be if he doesn't really want to, he's not really open to talk about his family. I feel that's a red flag as well.
Okay. Sheena Nicole, I see you hit your hand up.
I think one red flag for me would be talking about sex right out the gate. That's like a huge, no for me. And then the second one I would definitely say would be communication. Like if you can go like a whole entire day without not a text, not a call, that's a red flag. Like if I talk to you during the day and I know you work during the day, but then I don't hear nothing at all at night, that's a red flag. Because where you at? What you doing? Well, I'm not hearing from you.
So you're saying, Sheena, if the man is sleeping at nighttime, then it's a red flag too, because he don't have time to talk to you because he's been working all day. He's tired. And now you want him to call you at nighttime.
I'm not trying to hear that. No. I'm saying if I talk to you all morning, afternoon, I know you got off work, you ain't contact me or nothing. So from like, I don't know, let's just throw a time out there, 6 on to like the next day, and then I hear from you again. You ain't sleep at no 6 p.m. Like you ain't ate dinner or nothing.
He at home with his family, Sheena.
Exactly.
Ed, I have a question. Have you tried to call him? You just waiting on him to call you?
No, of course I call. I will call or text, and I got nothing. So, and this will be literally an everyday thing. So it's a pattern.
Okay, before we go to the next lady, Facebook. I'm about to log on off of Facebook. Hey, if y'all want to watch the rest of this episode, there's a link right in the chat section on Facebook. So click on that link and come and watch us live on YouTube. I'm about to click off Facebook. I'll see y'all later. All right, who's next? Let's see who gonna lie next. I mean, who gonna say their red flag next? I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'll go next. So I have 2 red flag. Well, my top 2, and just to confirm that we are talking about dating, one word dating, and I'm a person that is dating to be intentional. I'm not dating for you to take me to a restaurant or anything else that some people are doing nowadays. So the first red flag is that if he doesn't believe in God. Because if you're not a believer, then it's a no for me. And it's not I believe in a higher power. No. Do you believe in God? If you don't, then I'm not saying I'm going to that we can't associate or be friends or anything like that. But I'm not going to build a relationship with you or date you if we're not on the same page religiously. And then secondly is communication, like similar to what Sheena Nicole said in terms of being able to have a conversation. I want to be able to talk about politics or church or work or different things. And you should be able to intellectually carry a conversation. And I've had situations in the past where it's just a lame conversation. It's like yes or no answers. You don't have anything to add. And no thank you for me. Those are just 2 of my red flags.
Ms. Morris.
So I agree with both Sheena Nicole and Kyra and Lavette so far. For me, communication definitely is a big one, but I'm also a red flag for me is a complainer, someone that's always complaining about everything, always finding and like just being negative, because I am always at like glass half full type girl. So someone's always finding something to complain about or looking for the bad and everything is an issue. And also I think definitely piggybacking off of Sheena Nicole with that relationship, or Lavette, the relationship with your family. I think that a person that doesn't have a good relationship with like their children or like their mom or dad, like I understand that stuff happens, but I feel like that's kind of like maybe a little deeper dive, but it is kind of like a raised eyebrow for me.
Hey, Obi gonna get in these chats in a minute after we hear Miss Yvonne. But hey, y'all, don't forget to click the like button. We got a lot of people in the chat right now. Click the like button, fellas. I see y'all in there. We're gonna get to y'all in a second. Click the like button for us. Oh, we got a caller.
Is it a female or a male? Let's go
right now.
Shutting y'all down already.
Hey, caller, you on right now? Let's hear from you. Caller, can you hear me? Turn your computer or whatever down.
I got a question for the ladies. So, can y'all hear me?
Barely. Is your speaker all the way up, Ed?
Can you hear him now?
Can y'all hear me?
A little bit.
Go ahead, talk now.
All right, so my question for the ladies is when it comes to dating and red flags, what's your own red flag on yourself? Because one thing I can say I've experienced is sometimes women will come in saying they want a date, but they don't even know what they want out of it, or they'll compromise because they see somebody that makes them feel attractive, and off what he said he wants, they try to become that instead of what they really want for themselves.
Thank you, caller. So the caller said, "What's your red flag for yourself?" That's deep. So before we get into that, I want to hear Yvonne's 2 red flags. Then we're gonna go back to the caller question he just asked.
As I say, I can piggyback on what Angel said. Please, the complaints we could do without. We done got too old for complaints. Like all day. Hey babe, how was your day? Man, you know you took that job. You know you was gonna be tired. I'm sorry, honey. You gonna be tired. So that's all you gotta say? I don't know what you want me to say. And as most people say, please do not text me nothing important. Do not text me nothing important. That is my red flag. If it's something serious, please call me. Do not text me a report about you just fell out of car. Really? You fell out the car? How you texting me? Now I'm thinking you a liar. What are we doing? No, we can't do that. But those are my 2 right there. The communication and the texting. I cannot. Texting has kind of gotten away with itself. Because I don't know not even that, in the midst of texting, I don't even know your emotions. Just because you caps lock something, that doesn't mean that it's serious. You get what I'm saying? Like some people want to have a serious conversation in the midst of a paragraph. Like, why are we doing essays for your feelings? I need to hear that. Because I don't know if you're really mad about your feelings or you just want to let me know because you're checking me about your feelings.
Well, maybe not in our feelings. We just busy and we can't pick the phone up right then. I need to text
So
you.
then you needed
We'll
to wait.
continue
That's
doing
a
what we're doing
conversation.
because we're working on a car and fixing the engine. And no, I was kidding.
That is a conversation.
Like, what kind of men y'all dating? I don't understand. Yeah, I'm just what kind of men are y'all dating?
They out here.
I'm glad they ain't in my circle for real.
Hey, Angel, I see you had your hand up.
Oh yeah, I was just agreeing with her. I always feel like matters of the heart should not be text. They definitely should be talked about. And I feel like you don't. At the time that it took you to type out that whole message, you could have just said, hey, can you give me a minute? I really want to address this. I'll give you a call when I'm done, and just kind of go from there.
Hey, before I begin to the chat, anybody want to address what the caller said? What's your red flag for yourself?
I would like to. I don't have a red flag for myself because I have red flags for other people. And at this age and stage of the game, I've been there, done that, and got the shirt. So I'm not trying to compromise on something. And I don't have that much patience. So if I hear something the first couple times that we're talking or the first time that we meet, it's like we don't have to continue talking. I'd rather be by myself and happy and single than in a relationship or in a situationship and that is unhealthy, unhappy, and being disrespected. So my 2 are still my 2. I've demonstrated that with different people that I've talked to, and shortly after I've seen that red flag. It's like, okay, no, we're not gonna, I'm not gonna be dating you. You're not gonna be my husband. We don't need to spend a massive amount of time together because this isn't going anywhere. I've been called judgmental too, so, but that's okay because I'm gonna be judgmental when it comes to a relationship. Yeah, I don't need to compromise at this point in time in life.
Anybody else want to tackle that before Obi go? What's your red flag for yourself? Go ahead, Sheena.
I I don't know if it's a red flag for men, but I don't have a lot of patience myself. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it could be the littlest thing, and I just be like, no, because it's like I don't settle. I'm not going to settle, and I'd be good by myself before I just, you know what I'm saying, settle and just be with somebody just to be with somebody. So I would definitely say I don't have patience.
Okay. Hey, Obi, you want to get into the chat? See what the chat talking about?
Yeah, it's a lot of them, man. But I'll just go over a quick few. Somebody brought up that Diddy hasn't been charged or anything, and that's a fact. And then another person says women who look at things like that are a red flag. Another person says communication, talking about you, Sheena, or were you guys in a relationship? Somebody else stated, and this is for you too, Sheena. I can't talk about sex, but I can talk about spending my money to take you out. Does that make sense?
Let's talk about that one. Hold on. Let's talk about that one. Okay. Let's talk about that one. So, Sheena, I guess the whole panel. So is that what y'all think about that? We could talk about spending my money, but I can't bring up sex. What do y'all think about that?
I'll go after Sheena.
So for me, I can spend my own money. I'm not gonna ask you to spend money on me. You know, I can spend my own money. So my statement still stands. And as far as the communication goes, yes, we were actually dating together. Yes, we were.
Anybody else want to tackle that one?
Yeah, I'll just piggyback. Like, I'm not a person that's all up in your wallet. We don't need to go to Ruth Chris for the first date. We can go to Baskin Robbins. We can go to the park and you can bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because it's about the quality time for me personally. Again, I'm not a materialistic person. So I'm not digging in your wallet and I'm not going to order something that I can't afford to pay for myself if we did go to Ruth Chris or different things like that. And I'm not asking you, if you want to spend your money on me, then that's your prerogative, but I'm not going to ask you to ask me out. And also equally, in a relationship, I don't have a problem taking the person I'm dating out to lunch or getting lunch delivered to them or bringing it to them or anything like that. That's not above me to take you to wherever you want to go because you're worthy and you deserve it. And I'm not a taker. I'm very much a giver, outside of relationship, both personally and professionally. So I'm not the person that is, dry begging is the terminology that I learned last week. So that ain't me.
So you would pay for a first date for a guy?
Yeah, depending on what the date. Depending on what the date, and that's fine for you not to believe, Obi. You're honest.
So you're telling me that wouldn't be a red flag? That wouldn't be a red flag for y'all if y'all had to pay for a first date?
I have.
If we go out to brunch or something like that, I mean.
So everybody on this panel will pay for a first date for somebody you just met, not somebody you're in a relationship with. Somebody you just met.
I have.
Who want to take me on a date? I just want a free meal.
For real. Hey, where we going? Where we going?
Y'all got a different caliber of women on this panel.
Right. That's the thing. Because then that question goes to what type of women have they been dealing with? So where they been in pockets or don't want to spend their money on them or don't want to take them out to eat. Like the woman is always like, gimme, 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 gimme. Like,
Cap.
Well, let me ask y'all another question then. Let me ask y'all another one. If a guy have baby mamas, is that a red flag? And if so, how many baby mamas and how many children can he have for each one to be a red flag? Go ahead, Sheena. She on one tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, so I actually dealt with somebody with 3 baby mamas. Okay. It was very difficult and very like just full of drama. And would I ever do it again? Absolutely not. It would definitely be a part of my red flags for sure.
So how many do you how many have?
He had 3.
He had 3 baby mamas?
Yes.
And so it wasn't a red flag when you first heard that?
The thing was, like, I wasn't looking at the fact that he had 3 baby mamas. I was looking at him and who he was as a person. But as we started to go on, like, things just started coming and just happening. And I'm like, abort mission.
Yvonne, I see you over there shaking your head like, now, come on in here. Come on.
Because I'm just saying, like, it's not about the amount of baby mamas you got. It's about the amount of drama they bring. You could have, I've met somebody and they have quite a few, but because of his communication with them, it didn't show up. Like I say, and not only that, he had boundaries. I was cool with that. I'm okay with somebody with boundaries. Like he said, hey, when it's my kid's birthday party on my weekend, we kind of can't do all of this. Till we get like more along with each other, then we could do that. And when she agrees that it's cool for you to start doing stuff with the kids, we could do that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A1. I will stay in my lane. Please do understand that. I don't have no problem with that. Because like I say, I'm 1 for the smoke is for everybody if we can't get along. But it's all on him. It's all on his communication with her. Like if y'all really just co-parenting, things should not be crossed. There should not be miscommunication. And sometimes you do. You have baby mama drama. But you know that when you talking to somebody. So the thing is, these men be knowing if they got crazy baby mamas. But you got to remember, like she said, it's all about who you dating. Don't just think because you got a different chick and I ain't your baby mama don't mean I can't go crazy either. So she better stay in her lane and I'm staying mad.
Period.
Kyra, I see you about to step up and say something, Kyra. What you had?
I'm not trying to date somebody with a bunch of babies mama because that speaks to decision-making skills. You continuously procreated with multiple people and a lot of them have a commonality of having drama or whatever that common character trait is. I'm not interested in that. And I'm not really interested in dating somebody that has young kids. You have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old. I'm kind of, like I'm looking for somebody in a certain age range. So I'll start with that. I'm not looking for a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old, maybe like late 40s, early 50s. And I think that most men, not all men, but most men in that stage of life do not have younger children. If you have kids that are grown and in college and live on their own and different stuff like that, then that's fine and dandy. But I'm not trying to go in between weekends, and it sounds selfish, but that's what I'm not interested in doing that. And I wanted to add one more thing because Angel brought up a point, and it was something that I experienced recently. Another point was made earlier in terms of like their relationship with their family. A red flag to me also can be that there's no boundaries with their family. So I went on a date with somebody and his son was having issues. His son lives in Reno and you can't focus on this date because you're taking phone calls from your son and this and that. So it's a no for me. Your son can't go 4 hours without you coaching him or something. No. Bye.
Angel, go ahead. I see you had your finger up.
So I think sometimes it's more important, not so much how many baby moms he has, but like how much they might interchange. Because I knew a guy who had 3 baby moms, but it was like he had the sets, like they didn't overlap. So like say for instance, if they got 3 baby moms, but this one got 2.5, this one got 3.5, this one, like how are they overlapping might be another issue. But Kyra, I don't know, I'll have to challenge you a little bit because I feel like children, like if my son is calling me, because what's important to them, as a kid is just as important to me. And like, I might be able to say, depending on what it is, I might say to them like, hey, can you give me a minute? I'll get back to you. But if one of my boys would have called, I mean, they grown now, but if one of them would have called me when they were younger, and there was times when they had, and I was out, like, excuse me, but I need to take this phone call.
Yeah, you know? And I get that. And I'll add, because I have a 23-year-old son. And if I'm in the middle of something, then depending on the severity of it, I totally get that. This man's son was 40.
Oh,
so,
well.
No.
He was 40.
How
old was he?
And that was another thing. Like, I didn't know you were that old when I committed to going on this date.
Right. He was in hospice. He was in hospice. He was in hospice, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Like, I totally get if somebody has a child, like a 12-year-old or different things like that, not to leave them high and dry because mama's on a date. But, like, yeah.
Hold on, Obi. Hold on. Hey. I'm 43, right? So if he was 40, the son, how old was the daddy?
I know, and I didn't ask because he was like in a car when I met him, and then we met at Starbucks and when he walked in, I was just like, I didn't remember him looking that old in the car on that Sunday. But needless to say, we don't talk anymore.
Oh, wait.
What they say, we don't talk about Bruno.
Hey, so we're talking about mamas, right? We're talking about mamas. What about an Angel just said something? So I'm gonna piggyback what she just said. What about men that are mamas boys? Is that a red flag? Men that are mama's boys.
It can be to an extent if your mom, if you don't have boundaries set and you're dropping everything in our relationship because you have to go take care of your mom, or we had something planned and now you have to go do something that could wait until after our time for your mom, then that's a problem for me. She's your mom. She's not your girlfriend. You're her son. You're not her boyfriend. You're not like, yeah.
I'm gonna get in the bed in a minute. Let's go to the phone. Go to the phone. Caller, you on the phone. What's your beef?
Yes, sir. Male number 2. We taking over the phone line.
Yeah. My man. Hold on, caller. Hold on. 1 second. Don't even say nothing yet. I gotta give you the proper. I gotta do you right, caller. Hold on. 1 second. She know what's coming up. She know what's coming up for the caller.
Let them horns ring.
All right, caller. What you got?
Yes, sir. Great show. Wonderful panel. I just want to say that before I make a point, kind of ask a question and land my plane. So I just want to kind of jump back to I know you girls say that, kind of talk about sex in the beginning of the date is a red flag. But let me propose this question to you. Sometimes you get on dates and you are trying to uncover or discover information. Is there a difference between talking about sex in the way of trying to discover, information opposed to trying to hit it, or is it all a red flag? And I'll propose that question to the panel and leave it right there. Thank y'all.
Thank you, caller. Yeah, but the men sure are not. Go ahead, Levette. Speak a little louder, please. Speak a little louder. We still can't hear you.
I don't think sex should be talked about on the first date.
I still can't hear you. A little louder.
I don't know why you can't hear me.
Okay, now that's perfect.
Huh?
Drop your hand. You.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh. Sorry, it's my first time.
It's like we born you.
I feel like sex shouldn't be talked about on the first date because you're trying to get to know me. Why are you trying to? You're just showing me that all you want is sex. If we're talking about sex,
you might get you a creep if you don't talk about it. Might get yourself involved with somebody you ain't up to level with. Some people are different.
So Yvonne, you want to talk about sex?
we need to get on the realm of, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like she say, I've been on dates with people, and like she said, I didn't know that they were that much younger than me. And some of the stuff, I'll even say some of the stuff I've sat and heard kids talk about. I was like, you did that? And as of today, I'm 41, and I'm like, I ain't doing that. And it's a normalcy for some people, certain things you do in your sexual life, and it's not gonna be part of mine. So you can end up with a creep not talking about some things. You got to know what to say and what not to say to find out certain stuff. I say that much.
Go ahead, Sheena.
Yeah, I agree with her on that. When it comes to me, and when I say talking about sex out the gate, I mean like you talking about your dick size, or like like you legit trying to get me to be like get me aroused and make me be like, oh, like make me want to find out. Like, don't do that. That's what I mean by that.
Go ahead, Angel.
I think that it's a conversation that definitely will come up. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate on the first date.
Right.
I do think, I think like one of our people in the comment section said that sexual compatibility, it definitely is, that chemistry is necessary. And I think you can find that out. But my thing be sometimes y'all be out here dibbling and dabbling with folks, and y'all don't know what they got going on. You don't know what's happening. And now I'm not saying that sometimes if that's just what you want, because some people just get together to just connect and hook up, and it's just y'all. I don't think it's something that you need to talk about. I think that if a guy comes on a date thinking like, oh, I'm just here and I just want sex, I think that if that's the same thought process as the female, that they gonna know that, and it's just gonna be what it is after they get done having these drinks. But I think that when you're on a date, you also can read that person. You know whether or not, because they'll do little things or say little things, and you can know that they're trying to like fish for more information. And depending on the responses should tell you what type of conversation you're going to have and you're not going to have. But I mean, there are those dates. I mean, I have had friends that it's like, it just is what it is. Like they go out and that's all they want. That's the agenda for the night, and that's that. But I don't think that that's something that necessarily needs to be spoken on the first date when you're just trying to get to know each other.
Right.
What about the second date?
That's a true thing. But the other thing is that other conversation is probably being had in the midst of it, right? So of course you're getting to know each other a little bit more. And so, yeah, you guys may talk about that type thing, which I think that you should, because just like Vaughn said, you could get some real creeps out here who, be talking about some things. I just saw one the other day. He was like, get you one that don't talk back. He had him a whole dummy. I didn't know they existed. I had to go and look it up because I didn't
take that. What'd he say?
That your third person might not be a real person. So I'm like, you might have some crazy stuff out there. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna come up. I just think you should get to see if you even like somebody before you start talking about having sex with them.
Right.
Okay. So let's move on to another one then, ladies. So ladies, who gives more grace with red flags, men or women, and why? Go ahead, Yvonne.
What's she going? Wait, I seen the finger go.
Go ahead.
I believe a lot of times women give, like, we always be like, we don't got no patience. Like she said, she didn't say she don't got no patience, but we give it. If you want to put grace and faith in the same sentence, I think they play with a lot with that. A lot of men play on our kindness, so they feel like we insecure maybe, so they do little things. It's like how old are we still playing test games? Because I don't really necessarily call a test a chase either. People's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to see if you chasing, so I was testing you. No, you tested my patience, and I'm usually already done. That's kind of how I am.
So, what is your answer? I'm trying to figure out what your answer was. Do you think women get more grace?
We do. That's why I said we be in the midst of grace and faith.
Grace and faith. Got you. Okay. Hey, Obi, what's going on in the chat before the rest of these ladies chime in?
Real quick, man. I got a commenter that says a man never wants to just go out. Sex is always on the menu. Many men won't admit that because they don't want to ruin the chance of sleeping with her. Another comment that says within the first 15 minutes of your conversation, you will know what the other person's motive is. The trick is to simply look past the distractions and trappings.
Okay.
Another comment that says, one more, isn't sex the first attraction? If not, then you probably wouldn't be on a date in the first place. Facts.
I think that there is sexual attraction, like attractiveness to someone, because that's what got me interested in going on the date or on a date would be the attraction to the person's personality, to the conversation, to their whole being. Because looks are something that are important to me. So if it's somebody that is not attractive, I'm not going to think about myself being with you or like pursuing a relationship. And I also think that like sexual chemistry is important as well, like someone mentioned in the comment, but I'm not having sex with you on the first night or the second night. So I don't think that we really need to discuss that in the beginning. And if anything, I feel like you should be able to like make love to my mind and talk about different subjects that are deep and thought-provoking so that later on we can take it there.
Yvonne, I see you had your hand up. Go ahead.
So I'm a challenge on this. So you mean to tell me all this time you've been goody? You never once have you done nothing on the first date?
I have kissed somebody on the first date, but I'm not trying to sleep with. No, I haven't slept with anybody on the first date.
Okay.
Nothing's wrong with people that have. No, no judgment or anything to those that do that or think it's okay. That's not something I'm interested in, because the way that I see it is, even with kissing is something that's intimate to me. If you're doing it with me on the first date, who else are you doing with it on the first date?
But if you're doing it on the first date, who else are you doing it on the first date with?
And that's why I'm not trying to do that on the first date, because I don't know where your mouth has been or what you've been doing. So I'm a little bit more reserved than other people.
But men can say the same thing about women.
Hold that thought. We're going to go to the phone lines. Hold that thought. We're going to go to the phone lines. Caller, are you a male or female? You on the horn? Hello, caller. I hear you.
So a lot of the ladies are saying that they don't want to talk about sex on the first date. However, I think it's important to talk about sex on the first date because potential red flags come about. For me, I'm going to ask them, are you currently having sex with somebody? How many people are you rotating through right now? All of these are questions that I want to know, because I might be able to cut it off right then and not waste any more of my time. So for me, sex is something I want to talk about on the first date. Not necessarily getting busy, but still there's some sexual questions that need to be answered from day one.
All right, thank you, caller. Sheena, your hand up. Okay, well, Sheena went somewhere else. Okay. So what y'all think about that? What the caller just said? Go ahead, Angel.
I understand what she's saying. However, again, I personally would not ask those questions, because I'm just trying to see if I even like you enough to even want to go there. So it doesn't matter to me if we're out here trying to get to know each other and we're not like in a relationship. It doesn't matter to me at that moment who you're sleeping with, because I mean, we're trying to get to know each other, but I just feel like, I won't say everybody. I would just say, like, if you're just out here and you're dating different people, and clearly we know that sex is being had, I probably would not ask that question if it's somebody that, you know, got somebody that they feel like they can just go and snuggle up in the bed with or whatever. But that's just me personally. I don't feel like I need to know that. I just need to find out if I like you enough to even have that conversation with you, because I may not even I might go out with you and realize as we're sitting here talking about regular conversation that I don't really like you that like that. So I don't really care who you're speaking with. That's just
Hey, y'all, the phone lines is hot today. We had one female, but come on, guys, keep calling in, guys. The females are scared to call in, but guys, keep calling in, and don't forget to hit the like button for us. Hit the like button if you have not subscribed. Subscribe and hit the like button. Hey, so back to the original question. Who give grace more with the red flags, men or women?
I think that women give more grace.
Yeah.
Because I think that often women are willing to flex or bend, and to flex on what they're asking for or what they desire. Like they might come into a relationship saying, I want this, and that. But the reality is that they'll settle for this, and that to be with someone, or to be booed up, or to go to the concert together, or whatever. There's different things that women are willing to like lower their standard and to deal with, so that they are with someone.
Okay, that's deep. Kyra, I was going so deep, Kyra. You gotta go so deep in deep water. We in shallow water here. We risen already. You gotta go deep. That was good though. That was good, Kyra. Anybody want to chime in before we go to one more question for the nights? We got one more on the roster. Hey, okay, I got another one for y'all. What are the most common red flags for women? What are the most common red flags for women?
They're leaving plenty out, in my opinion. Plenty.
Well, we was only asked for 2, Obi.
Go ahead. Okay, let's stop.
I got a whole list over here if you want it.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, bring your red flags up. Let's hear. Come on.
I think accountability. A guy who doesn't take accountability, like I said, it's everyone's fault. I think men who don't keep their word, because I think your word sometimes is all that you have. So if you tell me that you're going to do something, then I really expect you to do it. Because when I start getting to the place to where I don't expect you to do it and just hope that you do, then we have a problem. I also think that substance abuse is a red flag. I think that anyone that's excessive in whatever their device is a red flag for me personally. A person who if you're dating and you're trying to date to be committed, a person who avoids talking about future dates, who can like have commitment issues, is a red flag. And then let me see, what else did I have on here? Oh, I said that already. Complainers. So yeah, those are some of my other ones that I have on here.
So you said complainers?
Yes, people who are always complaining. People who always bring a negative vibe, like ain't nothing ever right. Everybody always doing you dirty. I just think accountability is really big for me, because it just goes a long way. It's easier to just say, you know what? Yeah, I messed up, and keep it moving, like do better the next time. And anger, people who like a man, we've had that whole talk about that feminine men who are super like not in control of their emotions and ready to just go off and pop off at any minute. Like that's an issue for me, because I have zero tolerance for any type of abuse. I mean, verbal, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, I don't care, across the board. I have zero tolerance for it.
So y'all women always talking about y'all want us to show emotion, but then we show emotion, you say you complaining. That's why we don't show emotion. That's why we don't be
Depends
vulnerable.
on the way that you show the emotion, because there's a productive way to emotionally communicate with someone, or to communicate your emotions. Flying off the handle, yelling, having a fit, having a tantrum, cussing people out, all that stuff. No. But being able to have a conversation, acknowledging that there needs to be a conversation and being in the right mental state to be able to have the conversation where you're listening and being listened to is something completely different.
Kyle, I challenge that. I think women are way more emotional than men. I think women
The
flop and
question
handle.
wasn't who's more emotional. A statement was made about women wanting men to be emotional.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, what type of men are y'all dating? I just don't get it. Like emotional guys that cry about stuff.
No. That's extreme. You guys are going to extremes. Those are not extremes. But I do have one more red flag, and then I really want to hear from Yvette because she's been quiet. But one other is language. Language can be a red flag for me. Like a guy who cusses excessively, like always calling somebody an MFer or a B. Like I deal with that. If you don't know how to use your words, like it's a no for me.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the phone line. Then we're gonna come to Yvette because we ain't heard from her. Yvette, so go ahead, caller.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, great topics. Just real quick, there's 2 points I want to hit on. Is the communication piece. One, the communication I think we keep saying the same thing, and to me it's insane. You want to talk to somebody all day throughout the day, and then talk to them again at the end of the day, when all the information that you want just came through the entire day. So what is it that you want towards the end of the day? Secondly, we continue to talk about how men are not like essentially allowed an outlet for their emotions when they get home, right? And we're masking this talking about complaining or constant complaining. I do agree that men need to be responsible, hold themselves accountable, and keeping their emotions in check. However, at some point, if you're dealing with a human being, period, they are going to have times that they are not okay. So when is it that a man is allowed to let out their emotions? That's it.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. I think he was kind of going towards Sheena on that one when he talked about beginning when he said we've been talking all day. Now you want to talk all night.
I see I have to like clear up a lot of my red flags. So when I say communication, I'm not saying I need to talk to you all day, every day. I'm saying if I don't hear from you at all within 24 hours, that's a problem for me. You can send me a text, you can send me a phone, give me a phone call. I don't need to talk to you all day, every day. I work. So I'm not able to talk to somebody all day, every day. So that's what I mean when I say communication, like at least once or twice a day. That's not excessively. No, that's too much.
All right, yeah, and I think go ahead.
When he said complaining, again, we're not talking about extremes. We're talking about someone. we all know that one person, whether it's male or female, that they literally are what you would call a Debbie Downer. They complain at every moment and every chance they get. So we're talking about extremes. Like I think for the most part, for most of us women, but speaking specifically for myself, there's always room and grace for a man to show whatever he's feeling. We're just saying like, yeah, if he come home and he's pissed about something and he kind of wants to go off, then yeah. But if it's a pattern, if it's like it starts to make you feel like it's directed towards you, then yeah, that could potentially be. If he's going off every day about something, that's a red flag. Now we want you to be emotional. We want you to connect with us. But if every single day it's you finna go off and do something to somebody, then that potentially is a red flag. So
Yvette, where you at? You've been quiet. We want to hear from you.
Okay, so I feel that you have to be mindful of how he treats the women of his life, like mother, daughter, siblings. If he treats them like crap, 9 times out of 10, he gonna treat you like crap too.
So what's one of the most common red flags? You think that's the most common one?
For a lot of Chicago dudes, yes.
Chicago
No
dudes.
other state, because I haven't dated nobody in no other state. Another red flag would be, if he can't go to certain areas, he can only stay like out west. He can't go out south because he beefing with people. Can't go out east because he beefing with people over there. That's a red flag for me. Because I can go anywhere I want without any issues. I can't be looking over my shoulder if I'm out.
So you're dating gang members.
No, I've never dated one. Listen, I've never dated one, but I'm just saying there has been an instance where I was talking to somebody and he said he couldn't go to a certain area. I said, okay, listen, that's it. Nope. Because if they can't get to you, they're going to get to somebody you care about. So,
Anybody else got a common red flag before we get them out of here?
I think a common red flag for women across the board is inconsistency. Like, not if you did something for the first 3 months of our relationship, whether that's taking me on a date or just having one-on-one time, or being invested in the relationship, you need to be consistent. And I've had several conversations with people and have also experienced men that are consistently inconsistent. And it is so annoying. Just like stay the same. Don't change. Obi looks so confused.
What you got, Obi? What you got? Oh, hold on, Obi. Let's let the vet come back in here.
Another red flag would be if guy is asking you what you're looking for in a man, and he agrees to every single thing you said. You say, that is 100% me. I don't believe it.
Can you say that one more time? Can you slide over to the other side and say right there? Yeah. Now
okay. I said if you're out on a date and the person is asking you what do you want in a partner or man, and you're giving him 4 or 5 things, and he is agreeing that is completely him. He is the man for you. I think that is a red flag. Because why are you agreeing with every single thing I'm saying?
Oh man, what you think?
It's a lot of red flags for me that they missed out on, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna leave it alone. And happy birthday, Vaughn. You know, we got more phone calls than you.
Give us one of your red flags, Obi. I mean, you're a man, so you know what they are. So disclose to us as females what you think are the red flags for a man.
But he's saying he thinks he knows what the red flags are for women. Like there's so much stuff that we haven't covered.
No, I never said that. But for me, I just think that y'all missing out. Y'all aren't saying things like height, weight, teeth, whether they got a job, a car, they live at home with their parents.
Red flags. Those are if your teeth are messed up, we're not going to be advancing to the next level because I'm a teeth person. So we're not going on the date.
I can't say that.
Talk about sex.
The teeth thing ain't it for me.
Okay.
Those are fixable things.
Not having a job is a fixable thing too.
It is absolutely.
If you are inconsistent,
I might know somebody that could put daddy on.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
If you are inconsistent, you can become consistent. That's a fixable thing.
You can become a consistent bum. It happens.
Nah, cat.
I think that what you put out there, Obi, those are more like materialistic, non-negotiable things. Like that's not necessarily red flags because, like Yvonne said, like a red flag can't be something that somebody can't do nothing about. Height is something that I'm 6'1.5". I've been 6'1.5" since I was 13 years old. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Absolutely. And so it shouldn't be a red flag for a man because I can't change that.
Not only that, you knew I wasn't your type when you saw me. You knew I was tall when you saw me.
Hold on. So First of all, don't ask Obi about his red flags. That was last week. Y'all missed it. This is y'all. let's get that clear first of all. And so, ain't you saying if you're 6 feet and a half, that a man should not be intimidated or be a red flag for him to date, to approach you because your height is your height?
My height is my height. And if you intimidated, you need to check yourself.
So have you had problems like that before?
Have I heard that?
Have you had problems like that?
Yes. Yes,
so
I have. I had a guy actually tell me that intimidates me. And I asked him, I said, so what is so intimidating? That's like you saying, if a bigger guy came up to you and wanted to try to fight you, would you run? And he was like, yeah, well, that's my red flag. It's not, if you gonna run, that's my red flag. But like, I can't, like, I feel like things that you can't do anything about, it's not a red flag. It's a preference or non-negotiable. Like, my non-negotiable is I would prefer not to date men under 6 foot. Like, I need you to be 6 foot or taller. I don't really wear heels, but that's my preference. My non-negotiable is smoking. If you're a smoker, but those are like, that would be a red flag if you were a smoker, I guess. But things like characteristics, like teeth, I mean, yeah, it is something, but we don't know. Maybe their mama didn't take them to the dentist when they was growing up. Who knows? I mean, get that fixed, But I'm just saying, like, those are not necessarily red flags to me.
Okay, I'm gonna read out a definition. I'm gonna let Obi hit some of the comments, then we're gonna get on out of here. So, there's multiple definitions me, Kyra, and the team looked up. So this is another one I had. Kyra read one off last week. So another red flag are warning signs that indicate unhealthy or manipulative behavior. So that's one I got. I came up when I looked it up. Warning signs. So I guess it kind of go back to, but his teeth could be a warning sign that he didn't take care of himself.
But that's not his fault.
His hygiene.
I need to be attracted to you to be able to get to the next level. And personal hygiene, and I'm a teeth person. I'm not saying I can be a Colgate model, but I'm just saying it's important to me how a man's teeth look. And so if there's no attraction, as the person stated in the comment, then for me personally, we're not going to go on a date because I'm dating with intention and I need to be attracted to the person that I'm trying to pursue a relationship with.
Hey, hold on, Yvonne. Hey, Obi, go through the chat and find 5 good comments after Yvonne gone. Find the 5 best comments. Then we're going to get out of here. Go ahead, Yvonne.
So let me throw this out here just in case. So say for instance, so you telling me you'll miss out on a great personality, he's humble, he's all of that. And say for instance, this guy was born with diabetes and he's in the process of getting his mouth fixed, but he just happens to meet you and he doesn't want to let up on you at this moment because he feels something with you. He likes how you talk. He likes your whole demeanor. You mean to tell me because he don't have teeth at that moment while you looking at him, you're done. No talk. He could have a career, the personality, because usually most people like that most men like that have the great personality because they're making up for something they're insecure about, especially when it comes to physical things. Most guys that have physical, I'm not going to say all good looking guys don't have personalities, but majority of them work harder on their personality and who they are because they have that insecurity. Because he know his teeth bad. He know his eye leaning. He know that he can't hear good. So he usually works a little harder to make sure he's romantic, he's charming, he's funny. A lot of them usually make jokes like, yeah, so did you think I look like a jack-o'-lantern today or yesterday? They do things that kind of disguise that they're insecure about it. But along the way, he's an awesome person. So you think that's your red, you done? Or is it just
I'm not saying that a physical characteristic is a red flag because based on the definition that we're using, it's not about characteristics. It's about different tendencies that people do that are warning signs that could lead to like a negative or like could cause you caution in the relationship. I'm saying that physical attraction is something that is important to me.
Gotcha.
Obi, let's get four good chats and let's get up out of here. It's getting late, Obi.
First one, women definitely play more games than men. Next one, men don't show up on the first date with false hair, false eyelashes, high heels, makeup, covering blemishes, lipstick, eyeliner. The next one says emotional men are very dangerous in my opinion. He said he'll remain logical and stoic. I'm trying to find a good one. Oh, this is real funny. Happy birthday again, Vaughn. But it says Levette's microphone is a red flag.
And with that being said,
yes.
Nina Nicole.
Yes.
With that being said, Yvette, matter of fact, Yvette, I'm gonna give you the first crack at it. What's your final thoughts? And if you got any social media you want to announce, so what's your final thoughts and give us your social media, your business, anything you want to announce?
Okay, first of all, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I am an author for my sister's publishing company. Her publishing company is called Envision and Wonder. Link is down there. If you are in the business of writing and publishing something, definitely go to Envision and Wonder.
How did you think about tonight's show?
I loved it. There was a lot of interesting comments and things that I like that it was several women here that had different opinions about things. So it was very nice. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
Make sure you click like and share too.
I got you.
Yvonne, what you got? What's your final thoughts for tonight? And do you got a social media presence and let everybody know what you got going on?
Okay. I love being with you ladies. I love being able to express myself. Obi, even though you was quiet, you had all the red flags, but you didn't want to tell us your red flags. I like people's opinions. I like people that don't mind other people's opinions. I do hair. Intense Creations is my hashtag most of the time. I don't have Instagram. I think I done got too old for Instagram. It's too much on it. But I loved it. I appreciate y'all inviting me. Ladies, awesome sauce. Keep doing y'all. I've learned a lot from last weekend this week, you know. I ain't dry texting no more. Okay. But yeah, I had an awesome time. Happy birthday to me. Great birthday. Thank guys.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Angel, what you thought about tonight's show?
I thought tonight's show was great. It would be awesome if we could continue this conversation offline because clearly the chat box had a lot going on. So, but no, it was great. I loved everyone's comments. Great group of ladies. Great show, Ed.
Kyra, what you thought about tonight's show?
I thought it was really engaging, really interactive. Good to see the stuff in the comments, some things that I hadn't thought about. The callers had some good information that they were bringing to the table. So I just appreciate everyone participating and engaging in tonight's show.
Sheena Nicole?
I think it was a good show. It's definitely good to see just the difference in a man and a woman's like mindset and just how we view things. Definitely very eye-opening for sure. And I definitely appreciate you ladies for being on. Y'all did an awesome job.
I guess I can give y'all some horns.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Ed.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
He's being emotional.
Obi, what you
He does a serious face.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
It was a good show. I think there's a lot of cap in it, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Yes, I'm still saying happy birthday to you, Vaughn, even though I wasn't quiet.
Still hating though.
Just being honest.
It's in his nature. A zebra doesn't change its stripes.
Okay, so with that being said, I just want to give out a quick PSA real fast. So when I'm talking to people about our show, people ask a lot of questions. People have a lot of comments about it. And people, I don't know if they understand what we're doing on here. So the purpose of our show, pretty much what we do is like tonight, we're trying to bring back communication between men and women. We're not trying to be like, oh, men, women this, oh, women that. I understand it looks like that, but we're two different people. So we're trying to figure out how the other opposite sex thinks so we can bring communication back together, so we can get marriages back together, so we can lessen the divorce rate. If y'all remember what I said a while back, back in the 70s, 4 out of 5 people was getting married. Now it's 1 out of 5. Divorce rates was 1 out of 4 getting divorced. Now it's 4 out of 5 getting divorced. So we use this platform and we take it and we give it different topics like tonight to try to see what the opposite sex thinks. So when we have these conversations off air, like Angel said, with your significant other or whoever, you can remember, man, we had them. I remember on Nutz Boltz, they said this, and then it opens up a line of communication. So that's why we do this. We're not trying to attack women. We're not trying to attack men. We're trying to get both of them to communicate. Because I know I was a bad communicator. I'm actually learning this. You know, I'm ready to just not even talk about it, sweep it on the rug, but doing a podcast and doing this, I'm learning to sometimes you have to sit down and communicate. Other thing people might ask about, I know Sheena mentioned to the ladies earlier, is where's why I put the one finger up. Now listen, it might look juvenile, it might look like we in church, but we do that because I want to hear Kyra. So if Sheena's talking and Angel's talking, I can't hear Kyra. So we do the one finger so everybody had an opportunity to talk and our people in the chat can hear what they're saying. So we want to give everybody grace, we want to give everybody respect. So that's why we do the one finger. So for everybody who asks me questions out there, this is why we do it, and this is why we do the one finger. Sheena Nicole, what we have next week?
So next week's topic is going to be what's love? And if you would like to be on the panel, you can reach out to myself via Facebook to Sheena Nicole, or you can reach out to Edmund Chapman. If you're not on social media, you can drop a comment below in the comment section. Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Thank you, Sheena Nicole. You do that so great every time. Such a great job. Hey, y'all. Like I say every week, I love you. God loves you. Go out and be great on purpose. Peace out, everybody.
Click like and subscribe.
Click like and subscribe. Where my theme music at? You know what? Goodbye, y'all.